Hey there, I'm Amber Harmon with Sungold Gardens. We have so many exciting things happening out in the garden right now. So, the weather has been a little bit up and down, but here we are in the last week of December. Beautiful, the sun is shining. It's going to be in the 80s today, and for the rest of the week, lows in the 60s. So even our tomatoes and our peppers are going to be happy this week. Having said that, we are so fortunate because everyone else in the country has packed up their gardens due to snow, freezing temperatures, and our gardens are just flourishing. You can look around at everything that is growing and that is available for harvest right now. We even have beautiful peppers ripening right on the plant. We'll harvest some of those in a minute. You can see our kale, our collards, celery, carrots. Well, carrots are going to be really cold loving anyway, but even our tomatoes, our Sungold cherries back there, and our peppers are still flourishing. Having said that, we did have a few weeks there where we dipped down into the 50s in the evening. Now our cold loving veggies like the broccoli and the cauliflower, the collard greens and the cabbage, the carrots, those are all going to be thrilled with the cold temperatures at night. Your carrots will even get a little bit sweeter when we have one of those cold snaps, so we love it. So the majority of the veggies are cold loving for this time of year, but it's just amazing that even the tomatoes and the peppers are still producing. So what we're going to do today is we are going to do some harvesting, and then we're going to talk about garden revitalization. Hey Carson. So come on over here. The first thing we're going to harvest is some lettuce, okay? Now this head of lettuce is quite mature, and I believe it's actually the second time we are harvesting from this original head of lettuce. So I'm going to go right down here to the base of the stem and give it a snip snip. And you'll see for these new shoots that have come out, we have the opportunity of that lettuce just regrowing. So I'm going to leave enough of the lettuce stump behind that the sun can hit it, and potentially a new head of lettuce can regrow from there. So that's one way to harvest your lettuce. The other way is to just simply take as many leaves as you need for the day or for that salad, and then your lettuce will just continue to grow up and up and up until it's done. So it's a way to get a little bit more life out of your lettuce. Then over here, like we talked about with the peppers, so I like to let my peppers get fully change color while they're on the plant, okay? Peppers aren't so much like tomatoes where you can sit it on the countertop and it will ripen within 2 weeks. So this one is beautiful and ready. Now, of course, I could harvest it green as well, and it's perfectly delicious. It just doesn't have the same sweetness that this lovely orange pepper is going to have. And here we go through our tomatoes, our beefsteaks. They're hanging in there even through all of this cold weather. They're having a hard time ripening to red, and they're just taking a little bit of extra time. But once they get of size, yeah, the Sungold cherries, we'll go over there next, okay? Once they get of size, even if it's totally green, you can go ahead and harvest it, do some fried green tomatoes, or let it sit on the countertop, and it will, as long as it's of size, it will ripen to red within 2 weeks. All right, and then over here to our cherry tomato. Now I want to bring your attention to these leaves because we have a bit of an issue going on here. And I want to get into the details of what it is and then what we do to treat it. So that's a leaf where I'm seeing some purpling, but I'm also seeing some browning in there. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of these other leaves. See, on this one, I would describe that as more purple, okay? And what the purple means in the leaves is that it has a nutrient deficiency. Specifically, it's typically phosphorus, okay? And now we have fertilized our garden. We fertilized our garden a couple of weeks ago, and we actually did a soil test as well that came back and said we have plenty of phosphorus. We have an appropriate amount of phosphorus and potassium in the garden. And that's just a simple at-home soil test where you check for nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, as well as the pH, so you can get a good baseline for your garden. So I'm asking myself, why are my leaves on my tomato plants turning purple when I know that those nutrients are in the garden? Why isn't my plant uptaking it? Well, you just need to understand with these heat-loving plants, when it gets cold in the evenings, like it has a few times over the last month. Last week we had a few nights where it was down in the 50s every night, and then prior to that we had, oh, you got a sun gold cherry.
Yummy.
You got a good one. Prior to that we had almost 3 weeks where we were down in the 50s. So our tomatoes are suffering because of that, because when the soil temperatures are too cold, it inhibits the uptake of the phosphorus for the tomato plant, even when it's available in the soil. And that's what's happening here. So what do? Now we're in a week where we're getting back up to the 80s during the day and 60s at night. So it's going to be minimal stress on the tomato plants. They're going to keep producing and ripening right on the vine. I mean, we do have quite a few tomatoes that are ripening on the vine here as well, and you'll see even more when we get to the sun golds. Let's come on over here and look at these sun golds.
Eat your veggies. They're good and good for you. And this is.
Thanks, guys. Wow.
That goes for adults and kids.
Nice spokespeople here. Good job. Okay, so you can see how gorgeous these sun gold cherry tomatoes are. Look at how beautiful. Carson, do you want some?
Yeah.
Or are you eating kale? There you go, buddy. Oh, wait, here, that one here. Why don't you take, let me see, this one, you'll like that one for sure. There you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a garden revitalization treatment. So you can see that this plant is still doing a great job. There's plenty of life left in it. It's just been under stress because it's not able to uptake those nutrients. So we have a mixture. It's a concoction that's been put together by Mark Robinson from Revival Gardening. And the first thing we did is we used a shaker cup. We have some powdered aloe vera that we mixed in with water. We had to mix it for a good long while to make sure it was all incorporated into the water. And then we take that and we add that to Agsil 16, which is a potassium silicate product. Again, everything is always organic that we're going to utilize in our garden. And we mix both of those ingredients together into this spray bottle. Okay, and I'm going to show you how we're gonna spray it, but I want to also tell you what we have here is our humic acid soil drench. Now, humic acid is found naturally on the forest floor, and it's what helps. All of these ingredients combined are going to be a revitalization for this tomato plant, and for all of our plants in the garden, by the way. Peppers too, that are also under stress because of the cold. And so what it does, it actually opens those roots back up to enable them to absorb the nutrients as they would normally. So just like we were saying, that cold soil has caused the roots to not be able to absorb the phosphorus, and that's why we're getting this purpling in the leaves. So this is going to open them back up, allow them to absorb the nutrients that are already available in the soil. And we're going to take our sprayer, and this guy needs to be pumped up a little bit. Oh, there we go. Here, you want to step back a tiny bit, Easton? None of this will hurt you, but I'm not trying to spray you with it. There we go. Get a nice good spray on it. Oh, getting Maui. Maui's getting a revitalization treatment too. You want to hit the tops and the underside of each leaf, so you kind of go through. Okay. Thank you, Easton. Good job. You want to kind of go through, and then you want to make sure you get the stem all through the entire plant. Okay, and this is really going to help from a foliar level as well as the soil drench. So I didn't get all of it. Hey, take that out, please. Go give that to Sissy. Easton, go give it to Sissy. Thank you. And then with the humic acid, we come in, and again, humic acid is a natural component that's found from decaying plant matter that just occurs naturally on the forest floor. And we're going to make sure we give the plant a good soaking in around the drip line. And that we're going to do throughout the entire garden. And that's going to be our revitalization treatment. So we'll do a follow-up video so we can show you a week from now how all of the new flowers and how well this tomato is going to be producing, because we're not dipping back down into the 50s at night until probably Sunday this week. So it's going to be a beautiful week in the garden for your tomatoes and your peppers. All right, boys, who's ready to do some harvesting?
Me.
Okay, let's come on over here. What do you think by the tops of these carrots? Do you think they're ready?
Yeah.
You do? All right, let's get in there and fight. All right, get all the way to the bottom, remember? Yes. Whoa, look at that one. All right, Easton, that's kind of a little one. Here, let's try this one right here. See if this one's bigger. We might give it another week.
This is like.
But this is how you check it out,
two
right?
carrots connected.
Isn't he funny? Look at that.
This is big.
Wow, Carson got a big one. All right, let's see if there's any more big ones. So the biggest carrot is going to have the biggest what, boys? Yeah, the biggest stalk. That's right. Okay, so let's look for the biggest stalk here. You want me to hold that one? Oh, there you go. Let's see, who does that belong to? Is that? Oh, yeah, that's another good one. Great job, Carson. Easton, you want to get one more?
So skinny. Let's get so skinny.
All right.
Sure.
All right, good job, guys. So that's how we're going to go through and tell if our carrots are ready. Oh, the beautiful butterfly to join in our video. Go ahead, when the tops are nice and tall, pull one out and just check and see. And if they're varying sizes, you know, get the largest ones, and then we're going to leave the rest of them until next week, okay? So let's see here. We've gone ahead and we've harvested a whole bunch, and I think that's going to be it for today. Easton, you want to help us sign off to everybody?
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us out in the garden.
Thank you for joining us out in the garden. Eat your veggies. They were very good.